This podcast contains adult language and crude humor. Listener discretion is advised.
All right, you guys know that flower called the morning glory, right? Is it just me, or is that a really stupid name for a flower? Like, think about it. They might as well have just named it, boom, erection.
Thralls! Balls! They're everywhere!
Thralls Balls. The World of Warcraft podcast with a dirty mind and a clean behind. Hosted by Gershom and Woolly. Oh, what's up, swingaz? From the TBHQ in the grizzly lands of Wisconsin. Maybe I should say the grizzly Midwest, because you're from Chicago, I'm from Wishconshin. Anyway.
Wishconshin, Chicago.
Do you think is Wishconsin where you go to get your wishes granted?
I think Wisconsin is where you go to try and flip the state to vote for Kamala Harris. Sorry, we don't do politics.
Or is Wishconsin the Wisconsin you order off of Wish and it like falls apart immediately? Anyway.
It falls apart like the cheese curds in the fryer. Like, you try and make them at home and it's shitty, dude. You got to get up to Wishconsin and get your fucking cheese curds
for real
done right. It's so bad. Like, every time you try and make them in the house, it's just the worst.
I'm not even memeing. I'll fight a bitch about cheese. Like, no, we do cheese the best. Fuck you, California. You don't know what you're talking about. Anywho, welcome to Thralls Balls, episode 148. I'm Woolly, the king of bullshit and hell-calling destruction warlock. Here with me is Gershom, the sassy-ass beast mastery hunter. And if you missed it last week, Bentolis has stepped down from the show to focus on IRL. Hi, Gershom.
Hey, Woolly. What's up, swingers?
I suppose I didn't need to yell hi because we already got distracted talking about Wishconsin.
And cheese. Don't forget cheese.
Give me that fucking cheese.
Actually, I should stop saying cheese. And then Baker's going to wake up in a minute. It's like his favorite snack.
Cheese destruction warlock. I want cheese.
We should make okay, that's a character name.
What?
I don't know. Cheese destruction, cheese curds. I don't know. Y'all got it on the cheese curds, though. I know I already said it, but you got to get them in person. You got to go up to Wishconsin and wish yourself some cheese curds. They're so good.
Specifically, the Door County has the best cheese, but any cheese you can find anywhere in Wisconsin, unless it's like, you know, the shit you get at a grocery store that they just put everywhere, it's good. It's good, bro. It's good. Yeah. What have we been doing in WoW?
So I have been basically rotating my tunes through the Radiant Echoes, which I think I think a couple weeks ago when they dropped, there was some complaints, my own complaints included, that they were taking too long, that you couldn't like really farm them right. Like, I mean, in a game, it's weird because like 2 weeks ago feels like a long time. So I can't even remember why we were so mad. But I know at this time that it feels really good, right? So I got my Blood Elf Hunter. These are all hunters. So I got my Blood Elf, which is my daughter's character. So I always do her first. She's like my first alt because she's always like, Mom, help me level my alt. So I do. So my Blood Elf Hunter. Also got my Magheart Orc. I got a High Mountain Tauren to 70. And then I have my Forsaken is like 69. And then it's basically just kind of flip-flopping between them, picking one that needs to level, and then taking advantage of the new Warbound banks and just saying like they can have the currency. So like whoever's leveling, you don't necessarily have to spend the currency on them. If you want to spend the currency on like one of your better mains or ones that you feel good about, right? So like for me, it's like, well, my daughter's Blood Elf Hunter is maxed out, but like say I want to do my Forsaken Hunter, but he's leveled, but he doesn't have a lot of like the currency. You know, I can go level another character and transfer it out, which I think is so cool. Like, I think this is one of the greatest systems ever. Other than that, yeah, I mean, it sounds boring, but it's kind of like, yeah, I've just been flip-flopping around the events, the Radiant Echoes, and just farming the currency, swapping them around, leveling tunes, and just having a good time. Got a few 70s, you know, and it felt really good. And also, I'm not trying to sound like a frat bro, but my only major complaint is like, I just wish all the holes would be open at once. I don't understand why Blizz did this.
I can't believe you've done this.
Well, I just feel like, and jokes aside, okay, haha, all the holes, but really, like, can you just leave them all open? Like, just let characters jump in and out of them. You've already made it so easy, and I don't want to be that girl, but it's like, it would be really cool if I could just jump in and out of them and not. So, like, when the hour's up, you go in there and it takes like 10 minutes to kill Arthas, and you have like 45 minutes left. And then you have to go through like all your other characters that you want to level, right? And they get you the currency, and that's amazing. Like I said, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying the one thing that I would do to make it better, possibly the one thing would be just make it all accessible all the time.
Open for business, just like
right. Yeah, totally. And I think other than that, that's all I did. I have not revisited Pandaria at all. Like I predicted several weeks ago, I was like, I don't know how the pre-patch event is going to affect Remix. It affected Remix by me not ever touching that character, but she'll be rolled over in a couple weeks, so it's fine. And I can still, oh, sorry to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Keep going. You're good.
I was just saying, my other tunes can still probably, like, if they get, you know, hunter gear for her, they can just hold it in their bags. And then when she rolls over, she'll probably get like a huge boost just from like stuff that other people have got that they already had. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So overall, I am enjoying the system. I'm enjoying the way it's going right now. I know it's like it's a little boring. It's a little lacking of lore, but other than that, like, it's fun. If you're trying to level up, it's fun. If you're trying to get your gear up, it's fun. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's more or less the same as what I've been doing, except I haven't been leveling alts. I'm sorry, were you done?
Yes, I was done. Sorry.
Okay, sorry, because otherwise I didn't mean to interrupt. Anyway, I have not been leveling alts, but I did post in the Discord that old meme with, you know, somebody, it's ASCII meme, guy kicking something else down the stairs, and that was Tokesh kicking Vestin down the stairs because I wanted to play my orc and I wanted to level him. But then I'm like, it seems so fitting to be hitting the beginning of the 3 expansion trilogy saga bullshit thing with such an old character on my account, and it'd be an awful shame to leave him behind. So I'm gonna stick with Vestin, and besides, I'm gonna end up turning him into a fucking Drakthir eventually anyway when I'm able, if they get the Warlock class, which I see no reason why they wouldn't.
Is that your Destrolock? Vestin, right?
They're both Destrolocks, yeah.
Okay, so you want to turn him into a Drakthir?
Eventually, yeah.
Nice.
I also, the other reason is Tokesh is already on Thrall, where Collected Company is. And Vestin is on Proudmoore, which would be fine if he were Alliance, because the community on Proudmoore is heavily Alliance. And Horde there is like non-existent. So I prefer Horde. So, you know, gonna be bringing him over, turning him into a Drakthir eventually. But money is a factor because I'm a broke ass bitch. Let's see.
You're
what
a
else.
new dad. Don't talk about yourself like that. I'm a single mom. I get it. We're both broke ass bitches.
The struggle.
It is real.
Bringing back the SH again. The struggle. So I haven't been leveling anything, but I was doing some of the event, getting some of that currency, getting some gear to start the expansion with, although I'm not that concerned about it because you'll replace it real quickly just by fucking questing.
Exactly. That's why I'm not also, like, not to interrupt, but that's why I'm not super concerned about leveling up. It's like, cool, the pieces you get, you can buy, and then that's it. Like, as far as leveling them up after that, I'm like, it's probably gonna get trashed within like a week.
I'm not about to start farming.
Right. Flight stones and all that. Like, I thought about it for half a second. I'm like, this is kind of hard. I could do this. And then, like, there's none out there. And I'm like, nah, this is pretty good. We're hovering right about 500, right? Like 493, 483, something like that, depending on the tune. And I'm like, yeah, like, you're going to get into the expansion and you're going to be fine. Like, the first few things that drop for you are going to be great. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, my bad. Thought you were. It's been a long day. The other thing I've been doing, and I don't remember if I even brought this up last week. I think I did. Is I had been considering playing Shadow Priest instead of Destro Lock, just, you know, for a change of pace, and then so I could flex into healing to get faster queues into dungeons and shit. But the more I think about it, the more I just like Destro more. And I think the reason I was leaning towards Shadow Priest was because Destro has, for some reason, been dog shit in the pre-patch because of a bug here or there. But that's going to get fixed with the on the 13th. We'll come on to that later. There's a patch coming up that'll bring it back to what it's supposed to be. So yeah, Hellcaller, Destruction Warlock. Only reason it's not going to be Hellcaller is if Diabolist is so much better, which I haven't looked into because I like the idea of Hellcaller a lot more. The other thing I did is, because we're going to be starting a new drink series soon, I went and came up with the background music for that. Yeah, do you want to hear that?
I do. I was just noticing. I was like, where's the music?
All right. Well, no, remember we record without the music now, and I put it in afterward. It makes it easier to get our audio level. Here it is.
Oh, fuck you. I just get fucking rickrolled, you piece of fucking...
Yeah.
Oh man, Wooly, come on. After all these years, you just rickrolled me. I'm dying. And I had the gnarliest day and it just made me so happy. Never gonna give you
have tattoos and shadowed eyes. That's if he was singing about Xalatath.
Oh god. That's so good.
I don't actually know what the background music is going to be. I might use an old one like I did for this drink series.
We're going to call it the Xalatath roll.
The Zala roll.
The Zala roll.
Oh, God. Yeah. Do you want to move on to WoW News?
Fucking A, let's go.
Let's do this shit.
Time for WoW News, motherfuckers.
All right. So, up first on the block, there are some transmog changes coming. So... this is going to be its own little patch. 11.0.5. I think they might have other stuff in that patch, but not sure. This is going to be coming out after the expansion itself goes live. What's happening here is non-cosmetic class-restricted gear can have its appearance collected by any class. And this is going to be retroactive. So if you happen to have, like, the Warlock shoulders sitting in your bags, but you play a Paladin, it's going to unlock that appearance for your Warlock. You're not going to... I'm inclined to believe this just means you can collect it from any class, but not wear it by any class. So that Paladin wouldn't be able to wear the Warlock shoulders, which only makes sense.
We did actually, sorry to interrupt, but I think one of those episodes, though it's 3 or 4 episodes, I did by myself when Mischief was first born. I did bring this up. So it was like in like testing at the time, but apparently it's basically you're collecting the Mog. So you're right.
Right.
Like, it's not you get the piece of gear, but you get the Mog. So, like, if you're farming something on your Warlock because you want the Warlock thing and you get it, but it's like for your Hunter or whatever, then your Hunter can have the Mog. But I don't believe they get the piece of gear.
Exactly. That's exactly it. The other side of this change coming in is something that people on Twitter are breathing a sigh of relief about. There was an intentional change from beta that people did not like. The change was that for some reason, transmog appearances earned from a quest were only able to be worn by the character that completed that quest. Blizzard has reversed this. They're putting in a change to change that. So you complete a quest, you'll get all the appearances for that quest, and it's not just specific to that character that did that quest. So
Beautiful.
they're
Yep.
changing that because there were people not happy about that on Twitter. And honestly, if so far the worst complaint we have about the War Within is stuff about transmog, I'm excited. I am very optimistic.
For real. We'll see what happens. We'll see.
After the 1-2 dumpster fire punch that was BFA and Shadowlands, which, God, I liked the idea of Shadowlands so much, and then it was just so crap.
Do you think, like, not to totally derail the pod, but do you think if they did a remix Shadowlands, that would be rad? Because I think that would be rad as fuck. I would love to go back and do all those stories and all those raids on easy mode and get the mounts. Like, I still have it in my head for Gershom to go back and farm the easy ass Torias mounts now. I have 490 mounts. I'm 10 from my otter.
The way
I need one more easy mode expansion and I'll have my otter.
You get that otter. I think if they ever did that, people have too sour of a taste in their mouth and they wouldn't really play it. But the correct way to do that, get rid of soul binds completely. Fuck them. Get rid of them. Make it so because it's remix, who gives a shit? You're able to join every covenant, use every covenant ability because it's remix, who gives a shit? Actually,
you would have to pick one though. Because honestly, I still to this day miss wild spirits. And I don't hear a lot of hunters talking about that. Actually, I used to hear immunization talking about that. Like, fucking wild spirits was like the best. And then they, like, everyone got death chakram. Why did they give us the death chakram reanimation when the next expansion they took it away? I'm sorry, I'm derailing, but like, we don't have death chakram no more. I miss it. It's gone. It's off the talent tree. It's totally gone. Hunters have like no AoE anymore.
What was that? Oh, maybe that's marksmanship. There was like a whole fuckload of arrows that fall out of the sky in a circle. Is that marks?
Yeah, it must be marks because it's not anything I have.
Well, so those transmog things are going into effect after the expansion launches. Moving ahead, I alluded to this earlier. We have a patch coming on August 13th. This is the launch patch. So not to be confused with the game launching early or anything like that. This is simply the floor of the expansion, okay? Any remaining changes that have been put on beta since pre-patch dropped are being put in there. This includes fixes for classes that were underperforming, like how I mentioned Warlock, specifically Destro. I think Affliction got a little butt fucked too. Have been playing like shit in the pre-patch. This will fix those as well. I'm not worried about it because who the hell cares right now? The expansion hasn't launched. I know some people are still doing Dragonflight stuff. I'm not, so I don't care. Yeah. Excuse me, I burped. Up next, there is a 50% off sale going on for all battle pets in the WoW store. Like, you know, that little in the game shop thing. And this is going to end August 15th. So this episode comes out, today's the 10th and it's Saturday, 11, 12, 13, Thursday. This is going to end Thursday after this episode comes out. So if you give a crap about paying for battle pets, which there's got to be one or two of you, you have 50% off until then. Okay, you know we got to talk about that cinematic.
Bro.
Right, I wanna before we get to
I'm gonna let you lead it, but I'm gonna try not to be a douchebag about interrupting it, bro.
So I came up with a little bit of a recap. So if you have not seen it yet, jump ahead a few minutes until we're done talking about it. Unless you don't give a shit about spoilers, but so this is all about the Nerubians, right? And it starts with a voiceover done by Queen Anub'arak. I don't know if I spelled that right. She has been confirmed to be the first raid boss, and it starts with her talking, first raid boss of the War Within. It starts with her talking about the Nerubian people and how they were once great because of Anub'arak's mother, Neferis. Okay? Then one day, this like tentacly void dude shows up and he's like, "Hey, bitch, do you want to be even more awesome?" And the queen says, "No, the price is too much." And then she cuts him up with this purple like cheese cutter wire thing, and he just like goes to hell or something. Over time, after that, it shows that the people of the what the hell is their kingdom called? I forget. Ajkahet.
Ashkahet, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
People of the Ajkahet, you know, the spider people, they've started suffering for some reason or another. I think the void cursed them or some shit. And then the queen and her daughter, so Neferis and Anub'arak, are having an argument about whether the queen made the right decision to turn down the void. Anub'arak's like, "No, you have to. You should have done it because we're all fucked now." And Neferis is like, "My dear, you have so much to learn before you can be queen." And Anub'arak's like, "Bitch, what?" And then Neferis leaves, and she's walking down a hallway. And then like Xal'atath shows up and she's just like, "What up, homie?" And she comes out of the wall. She's like, "Hey, so here's another chance. You can come join the void. You don't have to be suffering." And the queen was like,
Full on
"Lady,
nipple
no
boss, by the way. Full on nipple boss.
Nipple boss."
She comes up out of that hole hardcore. Like, where the fuck are you coming from, bro? I'm gonna let you go, but yeah. Okay.
So Xal'atath said that, and then the queen was like, no, you're the harbinger. You're basically the fucking Antichrist. I'm not going to do this. And then Xal'atath is like, all right, fine, and disappears. And her daughter shows up. So Anub'arak shows up, and she's like, "Mom, who are you talking to?" And the queen's like, "Oh, nothing, dear. It's just old ghosts." And then the daughter's like, "Well, guess what, bitch? You're not the only one talking to ghosts." And then she like fucking murders her and shit, and takes over for her. And like when the queen was like, "What are you doing?" I half expected Anub'arak to be like, "Succeeding you," like, you know, Arthas with Taranis and all that.
I was gonna talk so hard about this. I'm gonna let you finish up your trope, but I was gonna talk about this hard. Yes.
I was half expecting it so hard that I was a little surprised when it didn't happen. But yeah, so the queen's dead. The new queen, Anub'arak, takes over, decides to go along with the void and all that. And what I think is interesting, this was pointed out on Twitter by Porter Gage. I don't know if he found it and read it somewhere else, but what is odd to me is that all these spider Nerubian people became more and more human looking the more they got corrupted by the void. Not like more and more scary looking, but just so some of them take on a more elevated humanoid form, right? But even the ones who don't,
there's been whispers about, are the Nerubians ever gonna be like a playable race? And I'm like, nah, dude. But like, yeah, I get what you're saying.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I get what you're saying though. Sorry,
but
continue.
Also, like growing noses and shit. Like Anub'arak grows a nose. I just think it's interesting that a corrupting force makes them more recognizable to the humanoid playable people.
Well, that makes sense, though. Like, if you think about it, it makes sense because if you're going to corrupt someone, you would probably want to be close to them, not far from them. Honestly. Like, just speaking, even on, like, a personal human level, like, if someone's trying to fuck with you, they're probably trying to be your friend. not like a cockroach, right?
So, actually, that was the end of the little recap. So, if you'd seen it and you heard my recap, it'll make sense. If you haven't seen it and you heard my recap, you're probably wondering why does Xalatath have hard nipples? I don't fucking know, man.
Dude, so everyone was like, so I have so many things to say about this. I guess I'm gonna go right now, but
Do it.
okay, do it. I'll do it. So, one of the first things I saw was like, oh, Xalatath looks sexy as hell. When you see her in this cinematic, she is not sexy. Like, if I saw this bitch, I'd be like, I'm running. She is scary as fuck. And by the way, I love that Blizz did this. Like, if this is Taryn Gregory's crew, shout out, because they did the kind of animatic, right? Where they do the kind of like how they did with the Warbringers, where they like do the scenes like click, 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 and it flows so well, and it's actually gotten better than it was during the Warbringers, and it looks really good. But Xalatath is literally given the credit to be the fucking psycho that she is.
Oh, she looks
like whatever it is that she's dealing with. I literally, like, when I was watching that, I kind of jumped back from my screen. I was like, oh my God, like, what the fuck? Like, she leans in and she's all like fucking cross-eyed and gnarly. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, she looks scary as fuck, right? Like,
big time. She's definitely like an Antichrist figure too, by doing all this shit.
yeah, and a lot of people were like, oh, Xalatath, like, I don't know, like, I don't know. I'd be interested to see how people, like, astray or do not stray from that, because, like, she is very compelling, but to me, she's frightening, and I don't want to deal with her. But that's interesting, right? Because we're going into this expansion, and it's like, I'm literally, as a person, saying, I don't want to deal with her at all. She scares the hell out of me. But I'm obviously going to play the game. So I think Blizz and the cinematic team did a very good job of saying, like, how are you feeling about what's going on moving forward? Because to me, I'm terrified. And that's great. I love it. Like, I love being terrified. I like it. I'm a haunted house person. That's totally fine. But yeah, it's an interesting way to introduce the expansion, right? Like, I'm terrified right now.
Speaking of the cinematic team, did I ever tell you I halfway met Taryn Gregory? He was going through security.
Yeah, and he was like, oh, everyone has to go through security. Didn't you fist bump Eon too? Didn't you fist bump Eon?
Sure as fuck did. I was standing in line to get into the thing, and he happened to be walking by, and I got me a fist bump.
There it is.
Yeah, it sounds like we're basically thinking the same things for this animatic. It's pretty cool. I enjoyed it. We should be getting another one next week, but they haven't said we are. I'm just assuming.
Right. So that's another thing is, like, they're still like the Warbringers. They brought those out every, like, week or 2 weeks or whatever. The only other thing I wanted to mention before we go forward is that as a mom, I feel like it was kind of bogus that the queen, she kind of treated Anub'arak bad a little bit.
Did she's like, bitch, you
she
don't know.
did. Okay. It's not just me. It's not just the mom and me. So that's where we get back to the Arthas thing. Okay, so, like, just very loosely saying that, like, Arthas always felt like put down, like he couldn't do enough, right? Even Magni back in the day with Arthas was like, oh, my young prince, you can't do nothing, you can't fight, and he taught him. And so then this Neferis or whatever, this Queen Neferis was telling her daughter, like, over and over again that she wasn't good enough, that she wasn't old enough, that she couldn't do things the right way. And I'm like, bro, you're you're kind of inducing some trauma a little bit.
And
then your daughter kills you. So it's like, sorry, spoiler if you didn't watch the video, but yeah, she kills her mom.
Basically her mom might as well have rolled up a newspaper and swatted her on the nose going, bad spider.
Right. Like she treated her very badly. And as a mother of two, not one daughter, but two, I'm like, you're not gonna walk around the house. But there's a scene like, and treat your daughters bad, right? There's a scene where the princess Anub'arak or whatever, and she walks after the queen and she's like, mother, and the queen just keeps walking away, and I'm like, you're fucking up. You're writing your own history at this point. Yeah. It felt bad to me. As a mom, I was like, that's not appropriate.
So that's actually our last news piece. Do you have any more to say about that? Because I'm out of stuff.
No, I don't think so. I'm good.
Alrighty. Well, let's move on to the mixed drink of the week. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It's time for the mixed drink of the week. Fuck yeah!
It's the mixed drink of the week. And before we get into it, I just want to remind everybody to please only partake of the mixed drink of the week, or any alcohol for that matter, if you're of legal age or legal whatever to do so. Furthermore, we're not responsible for any stupid shit that may befall you as a result of your own stupid shit. Alrighty, so we have been going for a while now through the playable races in Azeroth and assigning heritage drinks. This week, I'm up with the Draenei. Excuse me, I burped. And I decided to make the drink Gift of the Naaru. And I very, very, very highly doubt you will guess every single ingredient in this. So, guess away, my friend.
Okay, fuck yeah, Gift of the Naaru. Okay, I'm gonna go white Mountain Dew in a cup, and then you're gonna go ahead, so white Mountain Dew with some vodka in it, and then you're gonna on the side set some amount, maybe a half a shot of 151 on fire, and dump it in to kind of, so it gets on fire and then it dumps in the drink, and it's supposed to represent like how the Naaru, like sort of like bang, like it comes from, the sky, like the gift of the Naaru. You're right, I didn't get anything at all.
That would have been cool. I didn't do that. So you take your cup, you fill it up halfway with hard peach tea. In this case, Jack Daniel's hard peach tea. So it's also a drink. And you drop in, just for a little bit of flavorific texture, a shot of strawberry soju. And by drop in, I mean you just pour it in there. And you fill the rest in with yellow Gatorade, representing the light. The light being the gift of the Naaru.
Okay, so it's Jack Daniel's tea. Is that a shot or like?
Half the cup is Jack Daniel's hard peach tea.
Okay, and then it's the rest of the booze and the shot
of strawberry soju, and then the yellow Gatorade.
Nice.
Which I'm not
Are you drinking it now or yesterday?
I have it sitting here waiting for me.
Can I send you off? I sucked at guessing what it was. I know. All right, I suck at guessing what it is. Here it is. Over the lips, through the gums. Look out, asshole.
It's good.
That's delicious.
It would be. We make a joke out of not saying the flavor names of the Gatorade, but it's lemon lime. So between the lemon, the lime, the strawberry, and the peach is a very fruity kind of drink.
It's like a fruit punch. Oh, that sounds good, actually.
It is pretty good.
That's
and you can
awesome.
really barely taste the alcohol because, one, soju doesn't have a strong alcohol taste to begin with. Two, there's all the Gatorade. It's pretty good. So we have 2 races left. We have the Maghar Orc and the Lightforged Draenei. So you're up next week. Which one do you want to take?
I'm gonna do the Maghar Orc, obviously.
Maghar Orc, you gotta finish it on the fucking.
Oh, fucking! That was my first. That was my first alt that I got to 70. Was my Maghar Orc.
Do you have a name in mind for the drink?
Let me think about it. I actually might name it after my tune, but I'll think about it.
Name it Mocha Nips.
If I can't come up with anything else, I'll do Mocha Nips.
All right, that
But
works.
that suggests chocolate. We'll see. We'll see.
All righty. So we have said ahead of time, but for those of you who may have missed it, our next drink series is End Bosses of Raids, and we're beginning with the beginning from all the way vanilla, Molten Core. We're going to be beginning with Ragnaros, moving all the way through to current day. So that's going to be exciting. And it might end up being a mini drink series on its own when we get more drink end raid bosses that we haven't heard of yet. That'll be cool. You want to play a game?
It could be progressive. Like as raid bosses progress. There we go.
Yeah, we could even interrupt subsequent drink series. All right, let's play a game. You want to play a game? Let's play
again.
Let's play a game. Alrighty. So, this is a game we haven't played yet. It's our first one. This was actually Gershom's idea. She shot this into the host chat on our Discord, which I think is funny that we still use because we could easily just DM each other, but whatevs. So essentially this is just an NPC deathmatch, right? A lore character fighting another lore character.
Yeah, I think so, but I never got into like how they would fight each other.
Well, we can just support why we think our person would win against the other. How about we do that?
For sure.
Well, who is yours that you were so convinced you thought I would also say?
Okay, I was so convinced that you would say, and I also thought that you would say Overlord Geya'ra, obviously.
Geya'ra? Nope. Not my choice.
Oh, okay, so that's mine then. Overlord Geya'ra.
Anub'arak.
Oh, come on. She could totally slice through his fucking...
No. Fuck no. No way. All right, make your case. Make your case.
Are we supposed... wait, so the point of the game is I'm actually going to tell you how I'd kill you?
No, like, make your case for why you think Geya'ra could kill Anub'arak on her own.
Because she's level 70, and Anub'arak, if you go back to Ice Crown on Chroming Time, he's 55, so she beat his ass.
I see your argument and say no, because in lore, levels don't matter. Blah, blah. Also, apparently people were really pissed off that Anub'arak was done so dirty, the end boss in a shitty little dungeon, when it was supposed to be, was that Old Kingdom? I don't remember. It's supposed to be a huge old kingdom, like in lore, and he was this like super fucking powerful beetle spider thing, and people were pissed off that he was an easy fucking boss. The reason I think he could beat Geya'ra is he's got that lore behind him, 1, but 2, motherfucker can burrow underground and shoot a spike up at her and hit her in the crotch.
Ouch.
I don't know why I thought crotch.
I was actually gonna say, if you don't get down his spider webs in time and you get locked out of the fucking dungeon, that's super annoying. So, I'm gonna say that in this instance, she got locked out. She didn't get shot in the crotch, but she got locked out, and she just did like a Maghar orc yelling thing, and somehow he heard it and got distracted and lost.
No,
nothing.
I don't want to make your argument for you here, but you could argue that because by the time we saw him in Wrath, he had been scourged. He was part of the Scourge. So technically, by defeating the Lich King, we would have defeated him. Or Geya'ra, rather. I don't fucking know.
So if I had Invincible then I would have defeated him then. But you don't have Invincible, so that's a fucking problem.
Yeah,
Sorry.
tell me, man. I gotta fix that.
Sorry.
All right, Swingaz, you tell us. We'll put out a poll or even leave it in a Spotify comment. Who would win? A matchup between Overlord Geya'ra and Anub'arak. I encourage you to do your Googling on Anub'arak. He's fucking powerful. Do it. Also, the first time I ever tried to tank, I was on a shitty little paladin, didn't know I needed a shield and sword, and charged headfirst into Anub'arak without realizing nobody was with me, and I got ruffle stomped immediately. And I was so embarrassed, I just left the dungeon.
Dude, actually, that's actually a funny, that dungeon story, like the Azul Naaru or whatever, where you go down there and you beat him up. Way back in the day when I was like uncomfortable with like pugs, I was only pugging with friends, and I went with Aaron, friend of the show, obviously Aaron from Do Not Relent, and we were doing time running, and we went down there, and I think we had him on the show at one point and we talked about this, but he literally was like, you could not find your way down the spider webs. And I was like, just Anub'arak, like, right? You're trying to get down there. And I was just trying, and I got disconnected, and I came back on. Yeah, you remember, right? And he was like, just keep running down the spider webs. And I'm like, which ones? And he was like, all of them. Just keep running. You'll get to Anub'arak. It's fine.
Eventually, you'll get there. And then there's a staircase you go down.
And then when you get there, you're locked out because you got there anyways.
This fucking boss platform room thing is so fucking small, and you're supposed to, like, the tank is supposed to kite him around the edge or some shit. I don't like it.
That actually brings. Well, we'll see what they do when they make everything remix, because they will. They will.
Hell yeah. Okay, well, it's a little bit of a shorter episode, but I blame that on the lack of news, lack of stuff to dish about in the game, because there's really only so much you can say about a pre-patch event. Let's be honest here. But what are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts are Anub'arak my dick. There it is.
Oh my lord.
There it is.
My final thought is harking back to the cold open, the Morning Glory. You remember that, I think it was a mana drink, Morning Glory Dew? Every time I saw that, I was just thinking it's a bowl of jizz. That's all it is, a bowl of jizz. Morning Glory Dew, dew from the Morning Glory. It's jizz. It's all just jizz. A big bowl of jizz. Anyway, we're going to get on out of here. Go ahead and follow us in the social places. I am at Woolly08 on Twitter and Instagram. 2 O's, 2 L's, and a Y. Gershom is at Hunter Gershom on Twitter. Gershom, and that's all one word. The show, of course, is Thralls Balls Pod on Twitter and Instagram. You can send us an email with any feedback, questions, anything really. Just don't send your junk. thrallsballspodcast@gmail.com. You can go ahead and leave a comment in the Spotify comments or a review on iTunes, and we will read it on the air, thereby teabagging you. Feel free to also join our Discord. You can leave a review in the show reviews channel. You can find our link tree by going to thrallsballs.com, and the Discord link will be in there. But yeah, we are ready to go. Bye. We love you. Be good.
Bye, swingers. We love you. Be good.